The theatre of dreams awaits, and here are the players. These are the men we have come to see for the end of the 2017 Betfred Super League season. Through the smoke emerges Darryl Powell, Michael Shenton, Brian McDermott and the Leeds Rhinos. An electric atmosphere. Full house. All the tickets were sold days ago. What a day for this man, Darryl Powell. The grand final culminating a season which has seen him crowned again as the Coach of the Year. Wonderful atmosphere. It is this moment that makes every player's hairs on the back of their neck stand on end. Castleford against Leeds. It's the 20th showpiece occasion at the Theatre of Dreams. Castleford are here for the first time against the veterans of Old Trafford. They have the Coach of the Year. They have the Man of Steel. They are the Club of the Year. Do they have it in them tonight to go the extra mile? But Leeds Rhinos, they played their first grand final in the inaugural year of 1998. Darryl Powell was in the side that lost to Wigan. They've been here 10 times now, and they have won each of their last 6. It's time for all the talking to stop and the action to begin. What a night. What a night for the end of a pulsating season, and what a night for this young man. James Child, the match referee, looks like he is savouring every moment of this, his first major final. Gentlemen alongside me, it's now the players simply want to get this game underway.
Yep, a nervous wait in the tunnel, then out onto the pitch, looking at the fans, and a couple of the Cas fans were just taking it nice and easy, waving to the loved ones in the stand. And Darryl Powell said at the beginning of the year on pre-season camp that something special was about to happen, and those Cas fans have supported him through thick and thin. They've watched the side entertain everybody, but you look at Danny Maguire, Rob Burrow, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, those players have got 26 appearances in a grand final. They have got all the experience that they need, and that man to come back and play a week after dislocating his shoulder is tremendous. Going to be a cracking game, Eddie.
Yes, memories for the older supporters of 1969 when Leeds beat Castleford in the Championship final with a team skippered by Barry Seaborn. He had dislocated his shoulder in the semi-final against Salford the week before. Will history repeat itself tonight? We're about to find out.
Well, Castleford have clearly been the best team all season, but the nature of rugby league is this about being the best team tonight. That's the only way you can pick up the big prize at the end of the year. We've finally got a ball here now, and young Jack Walker looks as though he's been given the responsibility to kick-start the grand final.
Yes, with all the talk pre-match about Zach Hardaker not being on one side and the return of Stevie Ward after the dislocated shoulder, this is Jack Walker's first grand final at just 18 years of age. And here we go, and underneath it was Ben Roberts, and here is Mike McMeekan, and there's the first challenge of the 2017 grand final. It's going to be furious in the opening exchanges. Castleford will try and play them off the park. Leeds will try and batter them into submission.
It's so important you get a good first touch of the ball, nice confident start. You can't just feel your way into the game. You've got to make sure that you command the ball. When you get the ball, you've got to make sure that you do something with it, and here goes Milner.
He nearly did something with it before he was collared by Mitch Garbutt. Quick play the ball. Paul McShane. Was Garbutt standing square? The referee says yes, he was, because we've reached tackle number 5. Castleford just inside their own half. Roberts with a left-footed kick, and into the arms of Walker now. This is a nervous time for young Walker. Great tackling, led by Oliver Holmes. What a night for him as well to come back into the side.
It's a big night for Castleford Tigers, and Terry O'Connor's 100% right. An early touch, whether it's while you're defending or while you're attacking, is crucial. Settle yourself into the game, but make sure you have a positive influence.
We've just seen 2 runs by Briscoe and Hall, the wingers for Leeds. They've been fantastic this season. The best at finding quick play the balls, but not on that occasion. Then they've stopped the next go-forward man with Mitch Carver, but Parcells off.
Matt Parcell has been a standout figure for Leeds in this his debut season. Gets the ball away to Maguire. Got the kick away, but that will run dead. The goal, and it's a 7-tackle set from the 20-metre line for the Castleford Tigers.
Big kick pressure from Castleford there. I've looked at this during the week and they've realised that Danny Maguire can't have the time and space to place that kick. So many of Leeds Rhinos' previous grand final victories have been built on the back of a good kicking game.
Just to emphasise the magnitude of this night for Castleford Tigers, they have never been crowned champions in their 91-year history. Despite losing Zach Hardacre for a breach of club discipline just 48 hours ago, so they're lacking their own player of the year. They will never have a better chance than this. They've got the coach of the year, the man of steel, they're the club of the year. And they've got Oliver Holmes back out there as well to add strength to that forward pack. Here is Jesse Seni Lefeo. What a first season he has had in West Yorkshire. We'll get to his feet. We'll play the ball to ex-Leeds man Paul McShane. Watched every inch of the way by Brad Singleton. Now Nathan Massey. Well, that's a cheap penalty for Leeds to give away. Singleton made no attempt to clear the ruck.
We've got to move to the side.
And, well, we've seen this a lot in 2017, Stuart, and the referees have clamped down on it, but this, is it a clear penalty?
Well, it is. He's just lying there in the back. He's got to make a better attempt to get out of the way of that. No option for the referee. Time off.
And so what are they going to do here with this first opportunity? Will they kick for goal? It doesn't look like it.
I think they're going to run, Eddie. That play from Paul McShane forced the referee to blow the whistle. Singleton was the wrong side of the play. The ball, what can Cass do?
Well, what can they do? This is Adam Milner. He's just 3-4 metres short of the Leeds line, but he's get off to a flying start here. McShane's ball is picked up by Roberts. Here now is Jake Webster, and Webster slides so close to the line. Plays the ball here, it bounces a little unkindly really for Gale. Gale with a long booming pass to the left. Michael Shenton, the only man in this Castleford side with previous grand final appearance when he appeared here with St Helens. Now it's Luke Gale. Here's Massey once again. Castleford coming back to give themselves width to build for this last tackle, this set of 6. They go down the left-hand side with Gale. He slides the kick in, and it's picked up brilliantly by Danny Maguire on the floor.
And even though they turned down 2 points, look where they are. This is where they really do like to hunt. They always like to try and hold up the plays, drive them backwards. It's all about field position. If Cass can have enough field position and earn those field position plays, they will come away with some points. Nice little play at the line from Luke Gale. Well, nice take as well.
Great take from Maguire, playing his last match in Leeds colours before he heads off to Hull KR next year. And of course Rob Burrow waiting on the bench. The emotion is certainly on the side of the Leeds Rhinos. Remember 2015 when Kevin Sinfield, Jamie Peacock, Kylie Luluwai said farewell. They won here. Leeds looking to do exactly the same here tonight. The kick from Liam Sutcliffe, it evades Greg Minikin.
It's an example of how Leeds are rather unconventional on the last play. Lots of teams throw the ball to the preferred kicker and ask him to kick it downfield. Leeds will invite you to come at them. Joe Moon will take some chances, run across the field. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes not.
Rob Burrow waiting for his chance to get onto this field and perhaps weave a little bit of magic. Here is Gale. This now is Webster.
Luke Gale just sitting behind his plays, directing them. You've got to finish your sets off well in these big games, Eddie. You don't have to win it in the first 5 minutes. You've got to grind the team down.
Jesse Seni Lefeo. The boys all pre-match were predicting that Castleford would try and play expansive rugby league. It looks like it's exactly right. And there's the high kick to the left-hand side from Luke Gale, who's after this. Doesn't matter who's after it, because Tom Briscoe is playing the high ball.
Eddie, when you look at the stadium, it opens the game up. Castleford are used to playing nice, tight and close, all traditional ground. Here they've got the width, they've got the size. There might only be 10 metres difference in the length of the pitch, but I'm sure that they'll just keep opening up the chances that they get.
Stevie Ward, early touch of the ball for him. Fairy tale if he wins it tonight with Leeds again. He was apparently out of this grand final not long ago with that dislocated shoulder in the semi-final.
Professor Leonard Funk over there in Rhinos managed to get the shoulder back in. There wasn't any damage around the ligaments, and he's able to take his place in this game, although Cuthbertson might have picked an injury up.
I've done exactly that. Clutching the knee and limping heavily is Adam Cuthbertson. Here is Super League's top try scorer, Greg Eden. He gets the ball wide to Jake Webster. Eden tonight operating at full-back in the absence of Zach Hardacre. And Cuthbertson limping quite heavily, but the physio's given the bench the thumbs up. He's okay to carry on. 6 minutes gone in the grand final, 0-0.
He's been a big part of their season, hasn't he, Cuthbertson? When he broke onto the Super League scene in 2015, he made 125 offloads. This year, he surpassed that with 129 quality goals. His first mistake here.
And from Adam Milner, which is uncharacteristic to say the least.
And that ball was a little bit behind him, probably was reaching behind, but the surrender field position, there you go, just snatching at the ball. And Jamie Jones-Buchanan, who was part of the team in 2015 that lifted every cup, they did the treble but never put his kit on, so a big evening for Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Cuthbertson seems okay, gives it to Maguire, looking for Ward, knock on now by Leeds, as Shenton has the ball, and here's a break from Greg Eden, going down the middle is Eden, oh, he's shaped to pass it wide, he's still going, oh, he's lost the ball, they'll take it all the way back, they'll take it all the way back, because that was a free play.
Well, Darryl Powell was even telling the referee, James Child, what to do, what the call was. They're so good on the counter, aren't they, Castleford? The reason why they've scored more points than anybody else is because they play like this. They back themselves, they earn the right to play the game. And Greg Eden, when he gets through, he just loses the ball as soon as he's hitting the ground here. There's a tackle from Sutcliffe, he's got hold of the ball, and the impact when he hits the ground, he loses that possession.
Had he got that out to Minikin, who knows?
I think Greg Eden did a remarkable job. It was a courageous line to get himself in position. When this mistake is made, Shenton goes towards midfield. He wants to support runner, and you're right, that possibly could have been a try-scoring opportunity. But a little nudge, a little reminder of how dangerous Greg Eden is.
Eden's had a great start at full-back, Eddie. Remember, he's played the majority of the season on the wing, and yet he's returned the ball and thrown a pass to Webster, which they made some ground on. He's then managed to inject himself there in that turnover of possession. What a wonderful start that must boost his confidence. He's taken a very high bomb that was an excellent kick from Maguire.
And Greg Eden, remember, playing at full-back for only the 4th time in 2017 tonight. This is McShane. And Roberts trying to poke his nose through, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Joel Moon saw to it. He was going nowhere, and Paul McShane puts the ball down, just trying to get things moving quickly for Castleford.
Well, this won't be the nerves, Eddie, it'll be the greasy conditions. Paul McShane, we see him do that week in, week out. Super League tries to scoop it up on the run. He can spot Jamie Jones-Buchanan, still not a set marker. That's the reason why he goes for that sort of play. Thought the attack was on.
Well, he was at Leeds, Paul McShane, 2009 to 2013. He made 67 appearances. Even a junior grand final with the Leeds Rhinos back in 2007. Boy, 10 years on, he'd love to win the big one here tonight. Leeds holding the ball in the scrum. Ryan Hall will take it forward.
Barry and I were talking before the game about the size of the likes of Ryan Hall and Tom Briscoe. When they carry the ball forward, makes it easy for the next player, Stevie Ward. You think what he's gone through mentally, not only physically to get prepared for this game, with a damaged shoulder, and he's got to go into one of the biggest games of his career, putting himself on the line.
Matt Parcell gets the ball away to Joel Moon. He then in turn finds Maguire, who spreads it wide to Callum Watkins. Leeds will be looking for a big game from Watkins tonight. Ward to Maguire again, seeing plenty of it early. Here is that man Watkins, but 3 there to bring him down.
Well, Watkins scored a brilliant try when they last played against Castleford back in the Super 8s. It was a one-on-one with Michael Shenton. the challenge for Leeds tonight is to get as many of those one-on-ones as they can. That, again, another example of how Leeds, when it comes to the last player, they're not afraid to try different things.
And that's a magnificent result as well.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That's not on the Brian McDermott coaching books, I'll tell you that.
No, Ryan Hall has to deal with a difficult bomb, doesn't know what to do. He just simply chips it forward for his centre colleague, and the chase is good enough. A little bit of a fumble. There's been one or two mistakes, elementary, fundamental mistakes from Cas Tigers.
It's hardly surprising, though, with the rain and the conditions that we've had here. We've had 20 grand finals. This is the 20th. And only 6 of the previous ones have we had rain. You know, more often than not, it's been dry, but it's wet again tonight. And controlling yourselves, controlling the ball in these conditions is a challenge.
Gale with the goal line dropout. Harmlessly, it bounces into Maguire's arms. He will send Adam Cuthbertson away. And Parcell, Leeds Super League record try-scoring hooker this year in his debut season. Matt Parcell, 17 in the Super League. 19 tries in all. Walker gets the ball away to Sutcliffe.
Nice ball from young Jack Walker.
Important tackle that was. Here now is Jamie Jones-Buchanan. After tonight, he'll be the last of the golden era at Headingley. That's how close Leeds are. They've got at least 2 tackles remaining. As Parcell runs flat, he gives it then to Garbett, who drives the ball in towards that line. Holmes low down. Parcell again. Little skip, and then he gives it to Maguire. Maguire will go to the air, looking out there. And I think he's got it. I think he has got it, Tom Briscoe. I think he has claimed the first try of the grand final. They'll probably just check for onside, offside before this is given. I think they have a try in the field. They do.
And the grounding.
So, the grounding is also a slight query. Stuart?
Well, first of all, we can see clearly there that all the chasers on that far side, they're onside. So they can carry on and contest the ball in the air. What does that tell us? Certainly there's no obstruction of blockers or interference with anybody. It's a fair challenge in the air. He seems to catch it straight away. Tom Briscoe, ball does end up round his waist, so I think he'll probably just want to have another look to see how he gets out round his waist. Does he lose the ball or does he retain possession? Can't see any loss of possession there. Referee on the field has given the try, so I think this will be confirmed.
Phil Bentham is the video referee at Old Trafford tonight. And Phil Bentham presses the green light. And Tom Briscoe and Leeds Rhinos have the first try of the 2017 Grand Final. Into double figures now for the year. He won the Grand Final 2 years ago against Wigan. He's inching towards 150 career tries as well.
Mitch Garbett was the man who played the ball. He was the first to congratulate Tom Briscoe. It was his line that was set. All the players were defending in the middle. Then all of a sudden, when this ball goes up, and it's a perfect kick from Maguire, look, it's a one-on-one contest between Briscoe and Hitchcox. Who's running onto the ball? Perfect take from Briscoe. Good start from the Rhinos.
Well, he got 5 tries in the 2015 Challenge Cup final. Did Tom Briscoe. He's got the first try here at the Grand Final 2017. And here comes Callum Watkins now to try and add the extras. And he has done. Callum Watkins kicking brilliantly. 49 now from 57 attempts. An 84% ratio.
The Leeds found themselves in this position because of the unpredictability of their last tackle players. Remember, they forced the goal line dropout. That improvisational ad-lib style comes to the last player, the last players to react instinctively. It got them a goal line dropout, and that's helped them to get the first try.
So Leeds are ahead by 6 points to 0, and we played 12.5 minutes of the Grand Final. Great start for the Rhinos. What have Castleford got now in response? Deep kick-off from Luke Gale. Ryan Hall will run it back for Leeds.
So Jay Webster had to hit him with absolutely everything, knowing how important it was to try and stop him. And good feet from Singleton at the line. He spotted Milner shooting that line, trying to stop him from getting that quick play of the ball.
Leeds have been the most consistent team of the Super League era. Just 3 championship wins in more than 100 years. Before 2004, they ended a 34-year barren spell, and if they win tonight, It'll be their 8th title in 14 years. And they have their noses in front, and Parcell has given the ball to Garbutt. There's a big collision with Oliver Holmes.
They do that so well. Matt Parcell jumps out from dummy half off a quick play of the ball. He has support runners. And Eddie, the one thing we do know about Castleford Tigers in 2017 is they can score points, and when they score, they tend to come in 2s and 3s. The opening 12 minutes haven't gone their way, but as I say, I think that's come down to some mistakes, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of apprehension, and believe it or not, I don't know how significant that is, but Leeds Rhinos, the first team to choose to kick the ball over the sideline and slow the game down.
But that's great game management from Danny Maguire.
Yeah, he's not phased, Ed. He's playing in his 9th grand final. He knows exactly what you need to do on the big stage, down near the opposition end. When you go down here, well, Cass are going to be tried to be cheered on by their fans, but the likes of Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow in particular, they want to give absolutely everything to the Rhinos in their last game for the club.
He's 34 years young. I was talking to his new director of rugby at Hull Kingston Rovers next year, Jamie Peacock, just 24 hours ago. He says he's got plenty more miles in those legs as Danny Maguire. He'd be hoping so anyway. Will he be back here next year?
It's what he's
with
got
the Rovers.
It's what he's got between the ears as well. He's a very clever player, isn't he? He'll add an awful lot to that Hull KR side.
Here come Castleford though, looking to spread it wide with that man Shenton. Maguire is the man who gets the tackle in.
That left edge could be the game breaker for Cass. They get some decent early ball, that could be the game breaker.
It has been so many times this year, but the game breaker's playing a full back in Greg Eden. And that could be the big night, big moment of this night.
Was he the game breaker, or was he just the finisher? Was Zach Hardaker the game breaker, linking in from fullback? That might be the difference. The man on the left wing for Castleford has enjoyed scoring a lot of tries over the last few years because of the style that Darryl Powell has introduced.
And I chuck Michael Shenton in there as well. He's provided a lot of those passes too.
Great offload from Ryan Hall to Matt Parcell as he fell under the challenge from Webster. Here is Garbutt again. He makes good ground forward. He gets Leeds over the halfway line.
He's a big, powerful man, isn't he, Garbutt? He's been one of the standout forwards this year for the Rhinos and in Super League.
Cuthbertson, the offload king. Yet again in 2017, Parcell with a flat pass to Ward. The Romantics, the neutrals, want Castleford to win. But Leeds have got an agenda all of their own, and here they come again with Singleton. He gets them to the last tackle in possession. 30 metres away from the Cass line. Moon with a crossfield left-footed kick. It's gone high. Big test for Eden. He comes up with the ball.
Well, he knew that he was going to be tested early on in this game. A big job, isn't it? Not only he's got to get his lines right, he's got to make sure that his defence is good. Underneath those high balls, he's got to command the ball, be confident when he leaps for it. And what a big job for this man, Jai Hitchcock. He's only played 18, or this is 18th appearance in 2 years.
And until the schmozzle that surrounded Zach Hardaker 48 hours ago, he obviously was never going to play in this grand final. Michael Shenton is claiming this ball is stolen from him. The referee's given a knock-on.
I'd say that's the third unforced error, really. Maybe the ball's been stripped out there, but too late, isn't it? The referee's already given a scrum down. You have to accept that and move on. But that's 3 mistakes they made now in the opening quarter of this match. Handing the possession too easily to Leeds, especially here now, just 30 metres from the Tigers' try line.
Loose forward, heading.
Well, a loose carry is the verdict of James Child. 17 minutes on the watch, Leeds ahead 6-0, looking to get their second try of the grand final. Jamie Jones from the base of the scrum, halted by Milner, helped out by McShane. This is Joel Moon. Moon then gives it once again to Cuthbertson. They'll try and wrap him up if they can. They don't want him offloading. They succeed in the job this time. They're 15 metres away from the line of the Rhinos. And here now is Maguire. Drops the pass off to Brad Singleton. Good tackle by McShane again. Parcell waits. Goes down the right-hand side. Garbutt keeps the legs pumping, gets to within a metre. Still 2 tackles to go in this set for Leeds. Parcell bullets the pass back to Moon. Moon then drops it off to Jamie Jones Buchanan. Again, the defence stands firm in the shape of Milner. Last tackle coming up here. Parcell gives it to Maguire. A dab to the in-goal area. It's a try for Callum Watkins. It could be a try for Callum Watkins. Leeds are celebrating. James Child just wants to make absolutely sure that they do have a try on the field. Was the grounding A-OK? Callum Watkins.
Well, they're happy on the field with the onside from this kick, and you can see why. All well behind the ball. All goes down to the grounding on Callum Watkins. Doesn't get the ball down. See, the ball bounces up just as he gets to it, so he's got to have it on, and he's got to keep the pressure on all the way down. Oh, does he lose that ball?
I think he's lost it.
Is there a gap between his hands and the ball? Because the ball's off the ground, he's got to take the ball all the way down with him. I think that ball comes away. There's a definite gap between his hands and the ball as the ball hits the ground. And I think there's sufficient evidence there that his hands have come away from the ball as he's tried to ground it.
Well, here is the biggest decision of the night so far for Phil Bentham, the video referee. On-field decision is a try. What's the decision in the booth?
Because the ball's in the air, his hands have to stay on that ball all the way down. And there's a gap in it there. If I'm making that decision, I'm saying no try.
Well, here it comes from Phil Bentham, and he agrees it's a no try for Callum Watkins. He's disappointed. I think the picture showed clearly it came away.
That was a knock-on without a doubt, but Brian McDermott, and that right smile is coming off the back of his side, really challenging Castleford with the kicking game. Callum Watkins, he's disappointed, but the variety that the Rhinos have got with their kicking game, the way that they're mixing up with Moon and Maguire is really troubling the Tigers.
Castleford then have beaten Leeds on the previous 8 occasions they have played. Darryl Powell has made a couple of changes. Junior Moore's there. Grant Millington also on the field.
Well, he's played his joke already, Alex. People talk about Castleford's success this season. It very often centres around Moores and Millington coming on about the 20-minute mark. It's turned so many games in their favour. By the time they get to half-time, games have almost been won. Can they have the same impact on the big stage?
Grant Millington, the dream team prop forward. Here they come down the right-hand side with Webster. Leeds, though, muscling up in defence. 30 metres away. Here is Roberts, jinks inside a couple, dabs it towards open space, and Callum Watkins clears up for Leeds Rhinos.
That was a mistake, that. Ben Roberts didn't expect to get that kick. Ultimately, he put it, dabbed it across 10 or 12 metres and made Leeds work hard to collect it, but they need to be better organised on the last tackle.
I think the Rhinos are dictating the pace of this game. The forwards are doing a very good job. They're setting up their attacking points. They're just listening to what the players who are involved, the likes of Matt Parcell and Danny Maguire, are telling them what to do.
Anthony Mullally is out there as well for the Leeds Rhinos. Number 20 on his back. This is Liam Sutcliffe. Here is Parcell. Now it's with Moon. He gives it further with to Maguire, and he goes high. Well, pouched on the far side. Jai Hitchcock's safe underneath that, and look at the reception committee that was waiting for him.
Well, it was well taken, wasn't he? He was under an awful lot of pressure from Briscoe. They didn't go for depth. They didn't go to kick it into the corner. It was an attacking kick that meant to put Hitchcock's under an awful lot of pressure, hoping to force an error.
Oliver Holmes missed last week's semi-final, played that ball. Here is Millington. Gives it then to Roberts once again. Roberts gets to halfway on 4th tackle. McMeekan, who's been great all year, makes 8-9 good metres, but they've reached tackle number 5 here of Castleford.
And he can't need Luke Gale to get involved. He's the man of steel. He's the most influential player both in the league and for Castleford Tigers. He needs to take on those Rhinos defenders, challenge the Rhinos with his kicking game, just like they're doing back to the Tigers.
It was a confident take, that, from Luke Gale's kick to the corner from younger Jack Walker. Adam Cuthbertson is the man who has left the field.
He's not moving very well, is he?
He isn't.
Adam Cuthbertson.
Great tackle again on Tom Briscoe. Webster and Moores, he's a hard man to stop.
Here is Joel Moon to the left-hand side again. Sutcliffe goes down. And this is the moment earlier in the match when Cuthbertson picked up the injury. It's now Carl Ablett. Carl Ablett trying to get over halfway, succeeds in the mission. Down he goes under the challenge of 3. Last tackle, though, and we hear that Adam Cuthbertson is straight down the tunnel for treatment in the dressing room as Maguire pumps the ball high right down the middle. And Greg Eden had to just check, make sure that ball didn't evade him. It didn't. So he sends it wide to the left-hand side. Hitchcock's.
That's a 12-metre pass. Very risky, but what you get with Greg Eden, he will take risks like that.
What's the news on Cuthbertson? Bill Arthur.
Adam Cuthbertson in a lot of pain as he left the field. They've taken him down the old tunnel here by the dugouts at Old Trafford, where the old dressing rooms used to be. There's a little area there, and Cuthbertson is on the ground getting worked on by one of the Leeds medical team and looking in a lot of discomfort. That is bad news for the Rhinos.
It might well be. Bill will be keeping a very close eye on that. Meanwhile, here is Jake Webster. He had Minikin on the right-hand side down the wing. There is Cuthbertson. He's in some discomfort, there's no doubt about that. Medical team trying to work a miracle. Confidence again from Walker. He called for that. Gives it then to Ryan Hall.
It's very lateral from Castleford in attack. Quite easy to defend against as long as you're willing to push from the inside. Force them towards the touchline.
Here's the try scorer, Tom Briscoe, bounces off McShane. Can't get away from Junior Moores or from Luke Gale. Could have been a penalty, that. Referee giving Castleford benefit of the doubt. This is Maguire screaming at the players, offering instructions. Jamie Jones-Buchanan takes them to halfway.
He was after one of them punching a line, whether he drop underneath him or just hit a lead runner. Here you go with Singleton.
Solid runner, isn't he? He's a great runner of the ball, isn't he, Brad Singleton? It's his 150th career appearance tonight at Old Trafford. What a place to make that. Here is Watkins, denied by the video referee. Quick play the ball though to Danny Maguire. Last tackle here for the Rhinos, down the line and into touch again from Maguire.
And it's all about that building pressure, isn't it, from Danny Maguire?
He scored from that play, didn't he, against Huddersfield just 3 weeks ago here. He tried it on the last tackle, faked to pass it one way, go down the short side. The ball's rolled over the sideline.
That was a very controlled set of six. Right from the moment Jack Walker caught the ball around about 20 metres away from his own try line. They've chunked the way up the pitch, finished with a kick, scrum goes down. It's a controlling phase of this game for the Rhinos.
Castleford have been to Old Trafford before. 1994, when Terry was in short pants in the Premiership final. It was a gallant 20-24 defeat at the hands of the then all-conquering Wigan side of that year. Here's Matt Cook playing his first grand final of his career. Oh, Millington with the error, gifting the ball to Stevie Ward.
Too many mistakes from Castleford early on.
Here goes Parcell, brings Maguire into the play. He is found by Millington first of all. Castleford having to do so much defending in the opening 25 minutes here. This is Joel Moon, gives it then to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe gets away from the first challenge. Can't get away from the next four men in. But they're so close again to that Castleford line. Ryan Hall finds Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Here is Ablett. Good tackle low down it was by Moores. Parcell to Moon again. Moon to Maguire. Maguire then looks and finds Stevie Ward. Castleford defending their line with gusto, but how much is this taking out of them for later in the match? It's with Maguire. He feigned to go left, he's gone right, then he comes back left again to young Walker. Walker is pulled down 3 metres short on tackle number 5. Disentangles himself from the Castleford defenders. Parcell to Maguire, high kick towards this left-hand side. Claimed and punched back by Ryan Hall to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. It's now with Liam Sutcliffe. He's lost the ball. Errors on both sides, but Castleford at the moment making more than Brian McDermott's Leeds.
They're making the mistakes in their own half, Eddie, and that's what's leading to all this field position from the Rhinos. They've got enough damaging players, the Rhinos, whether it be the forwards in Singleton and Garbutt, or whether it be the players that can create something out of nothing in Parcell and Maguire. They'll certainly hurt you, and what they will do, they'll tire you out as well. You can't keep defending in big games. It's hard emotionally and mentally.
As the drizzle again starts to fall from a slate grey Manchester sky. Castleford Tigers in possession with Junior Moores. Leeds hunting the mistake in defence deep in Tigers territory. Moores will get to his feet, plays it to McShane. Cook will take it forward. Solid in the front from him. He gets to the 40-metre mark. 3 gone this set. McShane, Gale, early kick looking for a 40-20. Can't get it over the head of Ryan Hall though. It's a wide pitch this, it's a long pitch this, Old Trafford.
Well, that's a big tackle. Oliver Holmes met the young fullback. He's claiming a knock on it. given by the referee, but the end of sets is the difference. The opening quarter, the end of the sets from Leeds have been significantly better than Castleford's.
Here's Brad Singleton. They have, but Castleford will be pepped by that scoreline of 6-0 in Leeds' favour. It's been incessant Leeds pressure, but they've only got the 6 points to show for it. OK, they've had a try disallowed. Could have been worse. Moon with a flat pass to Watkins. Down he goes under the challenge of Michael Shenton. A sellout crowd at Old Trafford. You get the feeling here tonight they're almost holding their breath, waiting for this grand final to take flight. And I tell you what, that's great defence. That is great defence from Leeds.
Excellent kick and excellent defence, isn't it? You don't just sit back and admire
Just on the field, Brett Ferris.
Yeah, well, you've got to make an impact, haven't you? And that's exactly what he's done. His first contribution, he's looking at where that ball is. As soon as Ben Roberts catches that ball, he waits for him to hit the ground. Then it's all about getting him over the try line.
What about the timing of the tackle from Brett Ferris? The split second his foot hit the floor, shoulder into the ribs, and then leg drive from that point.
So goal line dropout for Castleford to defend again. 25 wins from their 30 league matches this year. They've done it in style. They were 10 points clear of Leeds after 30 rounds. That matters naught tonight. And that was a great run from Singleton.
Nice wind up from him. Picked out a play, run straight at him, followed by Mullally here.
And that run after 27 minutes of intense finals rugby league.
Maguire gets it away to Walker. Walker then finds Callum Watkins, and Watkins goes without it. Free play for the Tigers once again.
Well, one thing you can't give Callum Watkins is space and time. Michael Shenton hits him as soon as he catches that ball. His footwork is absolutely excellent over there on the right-hand side, and that's a good battle. Michael Shenton versus Callum Watkins. Isn't it amazing to think, Eddie, this time 12 months ago, Leeds had just been battling it out in the qualifying eight, and the team's more or less the same apart from Jack Walker and Matt Purcell.
Yes, it was just one of those things. I think they will try and put it down to that, Leeds. I'm sure they will. Matt Cook with a great offload. Finds Luke Gale, who finds Oliver Holmes, who finds Michael Shenton. Right on the halfway line, he plays the ball. Here is Luke Gale once again. Gives it then to Junior Moores. Moores looking for someone to give it to. Grant Millington and overrun him.
He's just looking to play, just looking to pass. Earn the right to play, go forward. Get some quick play the balls, let Paul McShane get out from dummy half, bring on Luke Gale.
Here is Gale now, will hoist this high. Roberts is after it. Walker can hear him coming, but he took it really well. But Tom Briscoe taking a player out off the ball. Ben Roberts it was.
Tom Briscoe alters his line, shoulder charges the chasing standoff Roberts, and that's a clear penalty.
And perhaps a second chance here now to kick at goal, whether they elect to take it or whether they're going to stay here. They had another similar chance earlier in the game. You can see here clear obstruction from Tim Briscoe. He jumps into him.
Yes, and Castleford will run it. This is Matt Cook. The first chance in a while, really, that they've had any pressure coming at them, this Leeds defence. Let's see what they've got right now. That's good hands. McShane finds Gale. Gale then finds the eye. He didn't have the ball knocked out of his hand by Danny Maguire. That's a try-saver. That's a try-saver, and Darryl Powell thought that was the moment, and so too did Greg Eden.
Good tackle, that man, Danny Maguire. The old little run-around play, we saw that last week when they played Saints. And then Danny Maguire, there you go. Greg Eden saw that space open up, didn't he? He needed to have a better grip on this ball.
Greg Eden thinks he's in for a try. It's a lunging effort from Danny Maguire, and Darryl Powell's men for 30 minutes have defended their own line. They've been under siege from Leeds Rhinos. Look at this, he feels, I can take that gap, I can take that space, I just need to put it down in the corner. But desperate defence.
In 2004, Danny Maguire won the grand final for Leeds with a try in that corner, in that very corner. Has he just pulled off a tackle that might win the grand final in 2017?
A long way to go, Eddie. I remember that try well, and I remember the celebration that him and the rest of the Rhinos did. Well, their celebrations from that defensive effort were just as big.
Big moment in the game, big moment in this first half. It looks like Cuthbertson might come back on tonight. He's trying to run this injury off. And let's get down to Bill for latest news.
Well, Eddie, as you can see, he's hardly convincing. They spent a lot of time on him on the sidelines. That knee is now heavily strapped. He was grimacing as he came back out and walked up onto the edge of the pitch, up the little climb by the side of the pitch. But this is a grand final, and he will be desperate to get back out there.
Carl Ablett with the mistake, a knock on at the play the ball, and is the pressure beginning to tell now on the Leeds Rhinos, because Castleford having their best spell of the match so far.
I think if there's a team that can handle pressure, it is the Rhinos, because of so many players have played here. They know exactly what to do. Brian McDermott hoping to win the trophy for the 4th time. You've got players on the field that have been there, done that. You've got the coach who sat there giving them the direction. And then Cass need this sort of position on the field. They need to be attacking. They need to try and stay down here as long as they can. Seems like all they've been doing in the opening 31 minutes is defending.
But now they're attacking, and Matt Cook wants to get up and play this ball quickly, and Mullally and Singleton saw to him that he wouldn't. It's Roberts who gets the flat pass away to Mike McMeekan. That's great harassing defence from the Rhinos. The ball has spilled out. It went backwards though. Play on, says the referee. The ball went backwards.
Well, you get away with that. Mike McMeekan attracts defenders. 5 players around him then.
Roberts then to Moores. Millington met by a ferocious challenge from Anthony Mullally. Never played in a major final, though he did play for Wakefield in the £1 million game a couple of years ago. Matt Shane waits 3 metres out. Fires the pass then to Roberts. Roberts shaped to kick. Now he does kick into the in-goal area. Walker just funnels the ball over the line under pressure from McMeekan. Goal line dropout.
Castleford Tigers beginning to build some pressure. It's Leeds Rhinos' turn to make a couple of basic mistakes. Here's the offload or fumble. Irrelevant, it was play on. When the ball hits the floor, Cass Tigers are the first to pick up and go.
Well, if his arm hits the floor before the ball comes out, the tackle's complete, and he's lost it after the tackle was complete. So we probably should have had a scrum down there with Leeds head and feed. But, luckily no try was scored for them. Leeds still under pressure.
They are, because this is a goal line dropout. Danny Maguire takes it, scuds along the turf, almost to halfway. Back they come again with Millington. Castleford looking for the score that could level the scores. Junior Moores gets it away to Matt Cook. He's been impressive since he came on, Matt Cook. McShane down the left-hand side again with Gale's short ball. Big hit from Ward and from Watkins on Holmes. This now is Moores, gets a short ball away. Millington pops the ball up. Back it comes. Referee says forward pass.
Doing the basics better now. In the last 6-7 minutes, the forwards are running at the line. They've got options. The teammates they're supporting. Yeah, that ball goes forward from Moores to Millington. Whoa, there's not much in it, is there?
Not much in it, but it is forward. You can see from the angle we've got there, it's in line. You can see the ball come out of his hands forward.
So now, Eddie, instead of going from left to right and then back over the other side of the pitch again, it's all about playing direct, playing in those tram lines, running at defenders with a teammate next to you.
I think the one thing we can say after nearly 34 minutes of the 2017, that's a lost ball on the first tackle. This is a big win for the Castleford Tigers. One thing we can say about this grand final, it ain't over yet.
Down to the wire. The semis were down to the wire last week, and I'm sure this game's going to be exactly the same.
Ryan Hall with the error.
You're right, the last 2 times the last time that Castleford played him, and the first time they played Leeds this year, the Tigers had the game won at half-time. Massive lead, 30 points in one, 24 in the other. That won't be the case tonight. They've only been kept scoreless in 1 game so far this year. That was at Wakefield. Can Leeds continue to defend for 6 minutes?
This is Jake Webster. Carl Ablett snakes out the right arm, gets to him with a bit of help from Ward. Again, the ball comes away. This time it is a steal. It's a steal by Leeds. This is the 3rd kickable penalty. They've spurned each and every one. It could be level.
Well, the game doesn't unfold like that, though, does it, Eddie? because the next players are different. You've got to get the kick off at the other end. It doesn't really unfold like that in games.
McShane, right, it goes to Gale. Gale dabs it to the in-goal area. There's a chance for Hitchcocks. It's another decision for Phil Bentham on the way. Is it like the one at the other end?
We got no tackle.
When Callum
I've got
Watkins
no try. Checking for obstruction, please.
was not allowed the try, and this time they have a no-try decision on the field. They're thinking about obstruction, apart from everything else.
Yeah, I think Luke Gale ended up running around the back of one of his own players, so it all depends on whether or not it's actually caused a problem to the defensive line. Well, he runs behind his own player. Does he affect Callum Watkins? Callum Watkins doesn't seem to be affected by it and keeps moving across.
He doesn't take the bait, does he?
He doesn't take the player. If Oliver Holmes isn't there, I think he makes that tackle on Luke Gale.
Well, the problem you've got here is it's close to the defensive line. You know, the video referee, he can't really tell what's in Callum Watkins' mind here, and it is fairly close to the defensive line. He's looking at that angle to see if he's got a decent enough space away from him. So this is a difficult decision for the video referee.
And as Oliver Holmes continued the run through.
Well, he's got through the line, but this isn't just a runner who's going in the line. It's because he's gone behind his own man, and that causes a distraction.
There's no try.
Was it the first tackle that Gale kicked?
Yeah. I think he was forced into that kick because he found himself running behind Holmes. He wasn't confident in that pass. Watkins was backing away, the door was open, the kick was put in, and I think that's a legitimate penalty.
On the forward.
Well, it's one to talk about. Here is Anthony Mullally.
Well, realistically, you look at if a defender's been obstructed. I don't think there was a defender that was obstructed then.
I thought Holmes had carried the run through the line.
Well, the reason why Gale kicks it is because he knows nothing else is on. He knows that Tom Briscoe had wedged in. There was space on the outside. I think they're unlucky there.
Or did he kick it because
he
knew there was an obstruction?
Player,
yeah, but he saw Tom Briscoe as well.
Go.
This is Parcell. Well, they had a long time to analyse it, look at it, watch it, and make the decision, and Phil Bentham came up with the red light. So there we go. On we go. And there's Joel Moon. This is a high kick. The blockers there as well, but Minikin deals with the threat.
Good take, wasn't it? Man who was named Young Player of the Year for Castleford. That was a good set of 6 for Leeds Rhinos. Look where they've turned the ball over. Very difficult now for the Cass side to get up the other end of the field. Third tackle, just trapped 20 metres from the line.
Gale goes to the left-hand side again. This is Oliver Holmes. The ball has come out, and Leeds have it. They know it's the free play, so Maguire's gone for the ace. He's chasing the ace. Oh! Well, I'll tell you what. McShane's up immediately. Briscoe is hopefully not damaged. He's okay. He's nodding. I'm okay. I'm okay.
And there's another player.
They have a try on the field.
Fair share of shoulder injuries.
They have a try on the field here. I thought this ball had beaten everybody, Stuart.
Well, it certainly looks from our point of view. The referee, he has a different view. He's probably about 10 or 15 metres behind play. Checking the way the ball's come out first. Don't think there's an issue here. Just lost forwards. So that gets the free play. So even if it's no try, we're going to end up with a scrum there to the Leeds Rhinos. And Briscoe's onside. So does he manage to get a hand to the ball? Might even be a push. Obstruction going through. Looks like it's a fair challenge for the ball. Does he get his hand on it? Certainly no touch there from McShane at the moment.
Is there a push there from Briscoe on McShane?
Well, you can say that he's put his hand on his back before he gets there. But again, are they both contesting for the ball? You'd probably have to say that Briscoe's doing a bit too much there.
So would you disallow it, Stuart?
I would disallow that. Go back to the free play. It's the contact with him before he gets to the ball.
That's more of an obstruction than the try that's disallowed the other end.
Yeah, but it won't be a penalty. It'll go back for the free play, go back to the scrum.
All the way back. A shake of the head from Brian McDermott. They've been denied twice by the video referee.
It was another almost try in this game, and both sides have shown that they will play, they will take chances. Paul McShane thinks he has enough speed, but Tom Briscoe beats him to the ball.
And it would have been a try had he not pushed him.
Yeah. Grounded it.
The worry again, I was talking about Tom Briscoe, he collided with over the try line there. He's had shoulder problems. I'm wondering whether Stevie Ward, when he dislocated his shoulder, he suffered a little bit of amnesia, because I don't think he realises he's suffered a dislocated shoulder. He's throwing his weight around, getting his shoulders into the ribs, and when he's carrying strong.
Callum Watkins has dropped the ball on the first tackle. Leeds are saying the ball was knocked out. Referee's going to give the scrum head and feed to Castleford.
Tried to lose carry.
Well, Ben Roberts over the top, yeah. As Callum Watkins is going into the tackle, Ben Roberts comes over the top, trying to hit him with absolutely everything. The frustration from Callum Watkins.
That was on the first tackle, wasn't it? The video referee's been called into action 4 times in this first half. Given Tom Briscoe the tick after 11 minutes. Watkins and Briscoe again just no tries. Hitchcock's no try for Castleford. Could have had a free-scoring grand final. As it is, it's 6-0, and we have a minute and a half on the watch till the half-time siren. This is Roberts.
They're winning the ruck speed, Leeds Rhinos. Casa find it really difficult to get any of the Leeds players going backwards, making sure that the markers aren't set. And again, look, straight up, hitting in numbers, trying to turn them around. Good tackle on Moores, yeah.
Oh, the ball's come out again. Another knock on. Well, the error count is mounting on both sides.
The opening 20 minutes, Eddie, it was where Castleford were making the errors. They were making them in their own half.
There's a tug
at least in the back end of the half, they're making errors towards Leeds' line.
And there's a tug on that. Another mistake, another scrum where Castleford Tigers have to defend. I don't think I've seen Castleford play as bad. 39 minutes, the opening half, they've made more mistakes. The frustration is there on the coach's face.
Is Parcell pulled down to earth by Michael Shenton. On halfway, Maguire gets them over the halfway line. Last minute of this first half, Garbett picked up and dumped. Fortunately, his legs came up momentarily, then he went down legally. Here now is Joel Moon. He drops the pass off to Brett Ferris. Half a minute before the half-time siren. Here's a question. Do Leeds go for a 7-point half-time lead with a drop goal? Well, Danny Maguire is in the pocket. He's there. He's 30 metres out. He's got the ball, and Maguire lines it up. And Danny Maguire has kicked the one-pointer. Leeds are ahead by 7 points to 0.
I think he's been the difference in this first half. His kicking game's been absolutely fantastic. And there's a little one-pointer for our mate, Steve Hall.
Delighted Danny Maguire on this his farewell Leeds Rhinos appearance. Overshadowing at the moment the man of steel, Luke Gale. Castleford haven't scored a point. Leeds have got 7 of them. It's a 2-score lead at half-time to the Old Trafford veterans that is called the Leeds Rhinos. Luke Gale's about to get this second half underway. Just a word about the drop goal that Danny Maguire scored in the final minute of the first half. It's only his 6th drop goal for Leeds, his first since the 2014 Wembley defeat of Castleford Tigers. I wonder whether that will be the difference between the two sides at the end of this match. Remember, at the Magic it was 6 apiece. And Darryl Powell, talking in the week, he said that was the night that he had to give a really big speech at half-time, turn things around a little bit, just make a few tweaks, a few turns. He managed it, and Castleford ran out by winners at the Magic in Newcastle. So here comes the Leeds Rhinos in the shape of Carl Ablett.
Well, I wonder what his speech would have been like at half-time, because the man who had all the influence was Danny Maguire. They just couldn't handle him, his kicking game, his running game. He's just sitting back and just setting up the plays, directing his troops around him. Here he is again. kicking the ball long and high into the sky.
Pouched though by stand-in full-back Greg Eden, and lateral run from him, and he gets it away to Greg Minikin, but Ryan Hall had hold of the arm. He wasn't going very much further forward. Let's get half-time news. Bill Arthur.
Just a quick word with Brian McDermott, who's now standing on the touchline menacingly, looking on and admits that 7-0 isn't comfortable enough. They need to score again. His Leeds Rhinos side, they're anticipating that Castleford will score points in this second half. They're not going to drop the ball as much, and they still pose a threat. Happy with the defensive effort from the Rhinos, especially in that first half, but knows that they're going to have to come up with more in this second half. Castleford disappointed with those first 40 minutes. The error count from them was unacceptable. They need to improve on that, says Darryl Powell. If they can do that, they can have a say in this game. But if they carry on giving away possession, and especially giving it away in dangerous positions, then they're not going to have much to say in the rest of this game. So it's got to be a big improvement from the Castleford Tigers' point of view.
Well, it was a fairly squeaky clean opening set of 6 from Castleford.
Eddie, well,
here is Ablett.
They've entertained us all year, haven't they? They've scored 166 tries. They can throw the ball around. They will back themselves, but they've got to make sure that they don't make mistakes or give penalties away. That just helped Leeds Rhinos, give them the upper hand in that first half.
Brett Ferris will play the ball, and here is Danny Maguire. Scuffed the kick. He was maybe looking for a 40-20. That wasn't a knock-on, says James Child, as Minikin picked it up. Went backwards.
Well, he's mixing the kicks up, isn't he, Danny Maguire? Whether they're high in the sky or whether he's looking to turn Castleford around and knock it off the pitch.
Here's Grant Millington. Drops the ball off again to Mike McMeekin. And so far, Leeds have done a very good job on dominating the threat of Mike McMeekin. McShane gives it then to Matt Cook. 4 tackles gone. Castleford are 32 metres away from the line. They make a few more metres forward now with Millington. He again gets the ball away once again, and it's now with Luke Gale. Last tackle coming up this set of 6. McShane is waiting. Castleford crowd are amassed behind those posts. That's off the legs of Joel Moon. It wasn't the best kick from Ben Roberts.
Well, he had to kick the ball, Ben Roberts, because Luke Gale was caught in possession. He was the man who played the ball, so there was only one man who was going to get it then. And you're right, Eddie, that wasn't a good kick, that. Looking to kick the ball in behind. The chasers were onside on the right-hand side, but just couldn't get the play he wanted.
Remember, they lost 66 points to 10 at Castleford in March, did Leeds Rhinos. Brian McDermott was under immense pressure. He kept his nerve. A 4-match winning sequence followed. And here they are tonight, leading the grand final after 44 minutes play.
They've probably got those 6 better players playing tonight than they were playing that night. A lot more experience and a lot more abilities. That kick goes out on the full, caught by Singleton. This will be back here, the first mistake, and the Castleford fans are trying to get excited here. Think, listen, is this our chance to turn this around? We haven't played well tonight, but we've forced an error from our opponents inside their half of the field. We've got to start to make these moments count.
First error really from Danny Maguire, that out on the full, so turnover 30 metres away. This is Castleford's best chance of the second half, as the rain just tumbles down. 1998, the first grand final, it was like this. Leeds lost a really tight game. At the moment, they're leading by 7 points to 0. And Castleford in possession here with McShane in centre field. And another error. Another error. This time from Junior Moores.
What Leeds have done really well is they've handled the threat of Millington, Moores. Matt Cook, when he's come on the pitch, has been destructive, but he hasn't really threatened the line. And Junior Moores, when he gets those offloads away, that pre-line work, he's devastating. But Adam Cuthbertson, the offloading king for the Rhinos, is going to be given a chance by Brian McDermott. And as Brian Carney mentioned at half-time, Rob Burrow still waiting in the wings.
And Rob Burrow is just warming up underneath us. You might notice, by the way, that Leeds are wearing black armbands tonight as a mark of respect for a former chairman, Dennis Greenwood, CBE. He died in a Harrogate nursing home last weekend, aged 92. And mark of respect from the Leeds players and the Leeds club here at Old Trafford tonight.
Another big surge here from Mitch Garbutt.
And unbelievably, Cuthbertson has returned to the fray. Looked like his grand final was over when he injured the knee. He hobbled off in the first half. He's back out there. Maguire getting to his feet. There he is, Cuthbertson. First touch since he's come back, finds Moon. Moon takes the return from Brett Ferris, then sets Jack Walker off. Jack Walker with a lateral run, gives it then to Stevie Ward. Ward has poked his nose through. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't, but that's a hell of a run from Stevie Ward in this grand final. They've reached tackle number 5. They're coming down the short side with Walker. Don't think he heard the count. I don't think young Jack heard the count then.
Well, Danny Maguire screaming for that ball, but do you know what? Give him some credit, he's backed himself, hasn't he? He saw the play, he thought that there was a play on for him. Instead of giving the ball to Danny Maguire, one of the more senior players on the pitch, he's backed himself to come up with a play. Unfortunately, it didn't come off, but he turned the ball over in a decent field position.
Luke Gale and Carl Ablett eyeballing each other. The referee wants a word with both of them just to try and take the heat out of the situation.
Listen, Luke, listen. You listening?
I am listening.
I control the turnover, all right? I control it.
Luke Gale wanted that ball. He tried to get it off young Jack Walker. Couldn't get hold of it. He looks a little bit rattled to me. He was fuming when he couldn't get that ball. Pushed and shoved Carl Ablett, and the Castleford Tigers have to work incredibly hard to get up the pitch now.
Great tackle by Ablett. He's wound up.
Oh, they're hunting, Eddie, they're hunting in defence.
Second tackle in a row from Ablett, helped out by Ferris.
Big play, the ball slow. Big play, the ball's needed, but they're getting too slow for Cass. They can't get forward, Eddie. Leeds have certainly got the right attitude here. Kicking on the 4th play.
He's gone for a huge 40-20 attempt here. He's not quite got the angle right, had the length. Ryan Hall will pick this up just a couple of metres away from his own line. The chase, what's it like? Well, they're there. That's led by Webster. That's a great race from one end of the field to the other.
Well, it's excellent defence from Jake Webster, but what can they come up with in the next few plays? Can they put pressure on the Leeds near their own line? That's what they need to do.
It's a 70-metre game, wasn't it, on that kick? It was 30 to the opposition 10.
Briscoe plays the ball. Parcell gives it to Watkins. Parcell's off again. Gets Leeds to the halfway line. Castleford, though, have kept them to halfway in 5. What have Leeds got in the locker here? A kick from Maguire. This time it's all along the deck. It will spin and curl its way towards the sideline.
They're good signs if you're a Leeds fan. Look at this from Luke Gale. Big kick, looking for the 40-20. Trapping Leeds down near their own line. Ryan Hall, you can see how close he is. And then Danny Maguire, he gets the ball on the last play, knocks it off the field. And again, Eddie, you said it before in the first half, the game management from that man.
Yes, it's been pretty special from Maguire so far. St Helens twice, 1999 and 2000. Leeds themselves, 2007, 2008. Wigan last year, all won the grand final after finishing second in the table. Leeds know how to get the job done. Remember, they won it twice from 5th place, 2011, 2012. They are the masters of grand final night. What have Castleford got in response? Here comes Moores. They're over halfway.
Some big collisions from Leeds Rhinos. Whenever there's some ribs exposed, they hit
Roberts gets a good ball away to McMeekin. Now then, a quick play of the ball. That's what they wanted. Roberts again looking to dab the ball into the corner, but that was another poor kick. Ryan Hall read the script immaculately there.
Well, that's a real shame for the Cass Tigers with a damaging run from the back row of McMeekin, and not a great kick at all. Leeds caught it on the front foot. That's the reason they're in such a good position. Young Jack Walker trying to earn more metres forward.
Maguire's behind him. Gets the ball to the left-hand side to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson, well, he's gritting his teeth and playing through the pain barrier. There's no doubt about that tonight. Gets up gingerly, plays the ball. Big hit on Mullally, and Castleford have the free play. Here comes Luke Gale. Luke Gale is grounded by Stevie Ward. They'll bring it back. They'll take it back for the first offence.
Well, Adam Milner's just come back onto the field, and this is the reason why the coach sent him onto the field. Come up with a shot. Let's get the ball back. Greasy conditions. Just hit him with everything you've got, and he does that to Garbutt, doesn't he?
there's probably about 30 kilograms difference, maybe 7 or 8 inches. And what Milner gets up, he hits underneath the ball, hits hard and forces a mistake.
You know that the sands of time are running out. Half an hour to go. And this scrum is fed by Roberts. Here is Gale. Junior takes it forward again, Junie Moores. McShane. This is Matt Cook. Matt Cook has lost the ball. Well, they get the good field position, Castleford, and then they surrender possession back. It is very un-Tiger-like tonight.
Well, they can't set up any plays, Eddie, because of these mistakes. Whenever they're trying to set the points, and Luke Gale is telling his forwards what he wants and what position of the field he wants them to get at, they're losing possession. Mitch Garbutt, again, he's been strong and powerful, quite willing to take the battle to Castleford's big six.
He's got lovely dancing feet, Garbutt. It's impossible to get a good shot on him. Adam Milner did exactly the right thing, got up quick, and the mistake was made, but the dancing feet of Garbutt reaping rewards for the Leeds Rhinos.
And here he comes again now, Adam Cuthbertson. He somehow gets the ball back for Jack Walker. Leeds making errors, but still managing to hang on to the football in these greasy conditions. Here's a high kick from Joel Moon. Eden's underneath this. Eden has lost it. Maguire swoops. Maguire scores the try for the Rhinos. Is it going to be given on the field, or is it yet another job for Phil Bentham? It's another job for Phil Bentham.
It's zero tackle. We've got a try.
They have a try on the field.
The challenge, please.
Challenge in the air needs looking at. But Danny Maguire might easily have played a very big part in the destiny of the title this year.
Well, the chasers on the far side are onside, so it does come down to the challenge. Touches Mark Craven on the far side of the field. He had an issue with it. I think James Child himself was fairly comfortable. So was there any foul play in the contact as they're going for this ball?
Isn't Matt Parcell an offside within 10?
Actually, he's come from the other side, hasn't he? So we may well be checking that. Here we go. Is Parcell? Well, Parcell's onside, I think. He's just inside there. That looks like it's okay. But on that angle, it tells a different story, doesn't it? He's got to have both feet behind the ball. And you can see at that point that he doesn't. Certainly the chasers on the far side, the ones that get up to the challenge, they're onside.
So which camera angle do we believe?
Well, it's up to the video referee's got to have...
You're trying to get inside Phil Bentham's mind now.
Well, looking at his left leg, I think he's okay there. His right leg's up in the air.
Well, he's got to have both feet behind the ball. And certainly, looking at that, I would say that both feet are behind the ball. So I think we should be play on from there. So I think that's okay.
He does well to spot it, Parcell. He knew exactly what Joel Moon was doing, what he had to do. That's fine, that.
So here we go to the challenge. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not a knock-on from Ryan Hall.
No, he's just come off straight off Greg Eden. Don't think there's any touch at all from Hall. It's his back arm, and that's play on from there. But providing the ball's grounded okay, certainly no foul play at all. Hits his arm and goes backwards. Danny Maguire's first to pick it up.
This looks like a try. What about the pick-up from Danny Maguire? A budding cricketer in his youth, Danny Maguire. He dips down, gleefully catches that ball, and I believe he scored the second try of this game.
The second try of this game, and his 7th grand final try. A decisive moment in this match. The try is given. Leeds have an 11-point lead. You can see what it means to Maguire. You can see what it means to the Leeds faithful. And Castleford have a lot of work to do now.
He inspires everyone around him, Danny Maguire. The kick goes up here from Joel Moon. And he didn't look confident, Greg Eden. He had a little look up and seeing what was in front of him and seeing that there was going to be some pressure coming from Ryan Hall. He goes up in the air, he loses the ball, and the man of the moment, Danny Maguire is there waiting in the wings to pick this ball up cleanly. And as Barry says, what a pick-up.
Well, there's a good lesson for any rugby league player. Put yourself near the action, you've always a chance. He comes from the opposite side of the play, the ball, Danny Maguire. Puts himself around about where the ball is supposed to be. He reacts to his fellow half-back partner, Joe Moon, and reaps the rewards.
Callum Watkins kicks this goal and Leeds have a 13-point advantage. It's still only 2 tries that Castleford need, 2 converted tries. They trail 11-0.
Well, as we see again, this kick, and it's a wonderful score for Danny Maguire. Brilliant pick-up as he reacts. But whilst this was taking place, we had a long breaking play. The Castleford Tigers stood behind their own try line, waiting for the conversion, listening to a message from Danny Orr. And what they were thinking was vital here now in the remaining half an hour or so we've got in this game. Were they feeling sorry for themselves at being 11-0 down? Or do they still believe they've got a chance and the ability to come back and win it?
Well, they will hunt the mistake here from Leeds, deep in their own territory from that kick-off. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, well,
plenty of time.
And they have got the ability to win this game, but like Phil says, do they believe that they can win this game? That's a different matter, isn't it?
Leeds believe, there's no doubt about that. That was a risky offload from Adam Cuthbertson, but it came off with him. Shane dumps Stevie Ward to the ground. Watkins now. And the evidence of the first 53.5 minutes of this grand final, Danny Maguire is playing himself into a man of the match performance. Cuthbertson bravery.
Been a lot of brave players for the Rhinos in today's game. Not just Cuthbertson, Stevie Ward.
They're trying this area route again from Joe Moon. They're trying it again. It's come up for Ryan Hall. He drops the ball back to Maguire. A delicate chip from Maguire. And Webster has to tidy up. And the pressure is just relentless.
Eddie did backing himself, so again, instead of going for distance, they just pull the distance back a bit. It's an attacking kick. Joe Moon gets the height on it, knows that he's got players that are going to chase really hard. Ryan Hall gets the ball. Danny Maguire's there again, like Barry says, he puts himself where the action is, and then he looks up, glances over his left shoulder, knowing that he's got support from his teammates.
And that's the uncertainty that John Wells mentioned at half-time. He wasn't committed to that kick, Greg Minican. The body language on the Castleford Tigers players is a little bit worrying now for the blue and amber.
Here he comes again, Cuthbertson. Look, one man doesn't make a team. There's no question of that. As Singleton loses the ball forward for the Leeds Rhinos. But I just wonder what Zach Hardaker is thinking right now.
He is individually a very good player, but the role that he plays for everyone else doesn't seem to have been fulfilled, and nobody's taken over that responsibility. If Cas Tigers can stop making mistakes, can play a little bit of field position, they'll give themselves a chance. And that man needs to step up and take this game by the scruff of the neck.
He does, but the forwards have to get a grip on the game as well. He's doing his best, Luke Gale. But the Leeds pack is fairly dominant at the moment.
They're absolutely, every time they carry the ball, they're making meters. They're getting over the top of Cass. Said the opening 20 minutes, Cass were just too lateral. It was all side to side. Whereas Leeds, what they were doing, they were running hard, they were tackling hard, and they were winning the battle. And this has been the problem. This has been the problem from start to this point. Nearly 55 minutes. They've made far too many errors.
What about this for a challenge here?
Too far.
Well, Castleford Tigers need to give themselves a chance, but if Leeds Rhinos continue to hit hard and hurt the Tigers players when they carry the ball forward, it's impossible for players like Gale and Robert to get a foothold in the game. I thought coming to this game, Eddie, it would be Danny Maguire and Luke Gale, and whoever had the most influence on this match, their side, would come out victors. And the platform has been set by the big rigs in the middle.
So here come Leeds again, this time in the shape of Ryan Hall. Parcell waits, 40 metres out. Cuthbertson. Oh, there's a mistake from Cuthbertson. A mistake both ways. The first error is by Adam Cuthbertson. Listen, quick break in play. My old mate Steve-O has asked me to give a special mention here tonight to his old amateur club, Shaw Cross from Dewsbury, because they have sold the most tickets for this grand final this year by any junior club in the country. Shaw Cross is celebrating its 70th anniversary this year. They're still doing a fine job in promoting the game, and some of the players wear mascots here tonight. There's hundreds and hundreds of them braving the rain here at Old Trafford tonight, watching this 2017 showpiece.
Some outstanding work being done in the community game. The amateurs get behind, they support it, they back it, and it won't matter whether it's raining or shine. They'll get a good rugby league game.
This is McShane. Now then, Jesse Senilifeo goes to ground on the halfway line, but halfway through this set. Now then, Luke Gale with hands on the ball. Fires the ball to Ben Roberts. Loose pass again. Greg Eaton did well to retain possession. Oh, he didn't retain possession. The referee says knock on.
Unforced error, Eddie. So even like, yeah, you can forgive players for running in, losing the ball on contact when someone's whacking you underneath. But when Roberts goes across, look, he's trying to bring Meekin back underneath him, he just loses possession.
There's a drag back on the floor by Eaton.
That's what the knock-on's for, is dragged it back towards himself. Even though it's facing his own post, the ball's gone the other way.
Long way to go yet in this grand final, but it's been a long time since Castleford failed to score in a match. 2015, 28-0 they lost at Wigan. Long way to go yet. Still time for them to cross the whitewash the other end, but Leeds with an 11-point advantage and looking fairly dominant at this stage. Do Castleford have the greatest get-out-of-jail card they have ever played?
Well, they've definitely got a couple of tries in them. You see Webster
if they
come
hold
up
on
with a
to
shot.
the ball,
That is the big key, Eddie.
Here goes Jack Walker now. Jack Walker's broken the line. Oh, the conditions robbed him. He turned Greg Eaton inside out. Referee says Walker was looking for the penalty. This is Parcell. Parcell trying to weave his way to the line. There are three there. And he let him go over the line. And they hold him up and they will go back 10 metres and the tackle count will continue.
Danny Maguire setting up on the right-hand side. He wants a couple of players to cut underneath him here.
Here is Maguire. Back it comes to Joel Moon. Joel Moon gets it away. Briscoe! Second try for Tommy Briscoe. Tries given this time without reference upstairs. And that could be the moment that Leeds win this grand final. It was a steep, steep hill for Castleford before that moment. But Tom Briscoe scores the 150th try of his career and just could have pounced the 2017 Super League title. And Castleford fans are disconsolate.
They can't believe it, Eddie. They turned up here in the right frame of mind, thinking that the other side was going to get the points, but Tom Briscoe scores a try after a mistake. Young Jack Walker, he gets through the line, and he's not been fazed by playing on the big stage. A nice quick play of the ball. Then Danny Maguire tells his troops what he wants. Joel Moon dummies the ball, brings it back, and that ball looked forward. When I saw it in real time, I thought the pass from Moon was forward. And you can just see here when it leaves his hands, that's a forward pass for me, Stuart.
Well, you can see there it just comes out of his hands forward, doesn't it? The short pass, difficult for the officials to pick that one.
15-0. The Rhinos lead. Tom Briscoe's second try, milestone try for him as well. And a try against Castleford in the 2014 Wembley Cup final also. He has tormented them in big games. Can Watkins add the extras? The answer is he most certainly can. 17-0. The Rhinos with a quarter of the match remaining. It's in their hands now. It's theirs to lose.
Well, there's the belief that you've been talking about all evening. There's a question mark over this pass, but the question mark I don't have is with Stevie Ward's hard line, uncompromising line. It commits defenders, and that's the reason that opportunity presented itself.
Short-ish kickoff from Gale, claimed by Watkins.
This has been a dominant and professional performance, Eddie, from the Rhinos. They've got the game plan exactly right. They wanted to take Cass on. They wanted to do all the little things hard. You can see again some of the senior players, like Jamie Jones-Buchanan, getting the ball, tucking it under his wing, knowing that he's got to take it forward in these low-risk plays. There goes Singleton again.
And I wonder if Darryl Powell, if he had a rewind button, might rewind to those 3 opportunities to take those 2 points and those penalties.
Well, it would only made it 17-6 as it turns out, so, but I know what you mean. Confidence breeds a little bit of success. Moon goes high again. Here's yet another tester this time. Well, it was almost claimed by Ryan Hall. He is saying that he was taken out in the air.
Again, Ryan Hall, look at the pressure there, Eddie. Ryan Hall goes up, gets in the eye line of... He was Minikin, who loses the ball.
Shenton. Gets to his feet, plays it to Hitchcocks. Ryan Hall's got a problem on the far side, and that's where Castleford are attacking now. But the big guns in the forwards, there he is, Ryan Hall, he has got a problem. The big guns in the forwards are doing a dominant job for the Rhinos tonight. The forward pack for Leeds has been exceptional.
When it's had to be basic, it's been basic. When they've opened the game up, they've opened it up. Luke Gale's had no real platform to play off.
And Rob Burrow looks like he's warming up, getting ready to come on for Leeds.
That was a hit and hope from Luke Gale. Jack Walker has it for the Rhinos.
I think you're right, Eddie. I think they need to contest the kicks, don't they? Kicking it deep and hoping that Briscoe, Hall and Walker are going to make a mistake. I think that's really wishful fantasy. Really, they're not going to see that. They have to try and contest the kicks, which is what Leeds have done so successfully in this match.
Liam Sutcliffe. Jamie Jones-Buchanan taking the battle forward, relishing this. JJB at 36 years of age and handling errors. Castleford have made, it seems a lot more than that, but Castleford have made 12, Leeds have made 9, but haven't Leeds capitalised on their handling errors? And that's not the best kick. Now what can Minikin do with this? Look at the chase.
They're just so hungry and determined, aren't they? When they kick the ball, they really do want to hurt you.
Well, success breeds success, and that certainly is the case for the Rhinos.
And everybody's talked about experience on the Rhinos side. It comes back to that muscle memory. Being in these situations, whether the game is going for you or against you, you have that history, you know what to do.
Roberts gets it wide to McMeekan. Moon does the job on him. Roberts in at dummy half. Here's Millington. Millington delaying and waiting for the defence to come up, which they did. McShane and Gale. Goes high to the corner. Well claimed by Briscoe. Well claimed by Tom Briscoe. He's had his moments with high balls this year. Hitchcocks has taken a bang.
He's responded well, hasn't he? His coach has stuck by him. He's built week after week. The confidence has come back. He's a good player, Tom Briscoe.
He just catches an elbow, doesn't he? Jack Walker collides with Hitchcocks. As Briscoe deals with that latest onslaught, the latest attacking kick that Castleford have put in.
Now then, Castleford have got to hunt the mistake, and much more, they have to score a try pretty quickly.
Always Adam Milner when you need someone to pull out a line and force an error.
Rob Burrow's on now.
Yes, on he comes. Brett Ferris takes his seat on the sideline. Singleton's been magnificent tonight.
He's had his job description and he's carried it out well, hasn't he?
Rob Burrow, Castleford born and bred. They'll be glad to see the back of him. 17 tries against them, the first way back in 2002. Bringing the curtain down on his career here tonight. Danny Maguire's Leeds reign is over, but he will go to Hull Kingston Rovers next year.
That was Cass's best set of 6 in this game defensively. That's why they're attacking where they are. They couldn't get the distance on that kick then, Leeds Rhinos.
Chain to Milner. Another error. Another error from Castleford.
Second play, Eddie, from Adam Milner. He's been so good this year. It's the third error he's made carrying the ball forward.
They're committing Harry Carey, I'm afraid.
Obviously, the slippy conditions don't help when you go into contact and you're carrying that ball. You know that the likes of Ablett are going to be hitting you with absolutely everything. You've got to make sure you have a decent grip on the ball.
Well, everyone thought 2017 would be the year when a new name was going to be etched on that Super League trophy. Everybody, that is, except the 30,000 who've come here tonight from West Yorkshire, the Leeds variety.
And again, I'll say it, the turnaround in form in a year with more or less the same players has been special, hasn't it, from the Rhinos?
Leeds have dropped it now. Free play, so an invitation for Hitchcocks to chase. Callum Watkins took him out then. They bring it back. Will they bring it back for a penalty, or will they? And the touch judge is on. He was taken out, Hitchcocks.
Watkins, it's an escort. Okay. He's running off the wall. Oh, okay. Thank you. Mark's here.
Yeah, he's got the penalty because he was escorted off the ball. I think Hitchcocks tried to draw the attention of the referee to it.
He ran across the line, didn't he, Watkins? You can't have any complaints about that, really, although Carl Ablett did, and Danny Maguire was quizzical. So now then, is this the chance for Castleford? Gale, they have to hold on to it. First and foremost, Millington, 10 metres out.
Move, Cal, hold.
McShane waits, looks for the runners. It's Junior Moores, gets it away then to Roberts. Solid run from Webster.
Good hard line from Webster.
Time off. Two balls.
Two balls are on the field, so the referee wants one of them clearing away. Nobody notices it except the touch judge and the referee. So that's a slight pause, which will do Leeds no harm at all in defence. Oh, well, it's one of those nights. I'm sorry. It's one of those nights they have the free play. Jamie Jones-Buchanan
Didn't quite have the pace that he had 10 years ago.
Every picture tells a story. Darryl Powell will be so disappointed.
You can put that mistake down to aggressive line speed from the Rhinos. More intent and looking what's in front of you instead of catching the ball and focusing on your job.
Keep working. Go, let's go.
Burrow is absolutely enveloped by Milner. The tackle's not completed. Now it is.
Move, hold. Go, three.
Here comes Singleton again. Look, Maguire's had a heck of a game, but this fellow, Singleton, it's got to be, I mean, I know you're the two chairmen of the Prop Forwards Union, but Brad Singleton's got to be a contender for the Harry Sunderland Awards Man of the Match.
He's had a tremendous game. He's done his job. He's done extra over and above, but this man has controlled it from
Beautiful
start to
kick,
finish.
beautiful kick.
It's involvements like that. It's that part of his game where he controls, he takes charge of that last tackle, building pressure, making it absolutely impossible for the Tigers to get into their rhythm.
But the reason he has had time today, Ed, is because of the likes of Singleton going forward, Garbutt going forward, Cuthbertson, Mullally.
Referee hasn't blown the whistle to restart the match. So he wants this goal line dropout retaking.
Can do, yeah. Just wait, mate. Just wait, Luke.
And again, we've got a couple of footballs on the field. We'll clear that one off.
Okay.
And Luke Gale will now go short this side, and it nearly came up for them. It nearly came up, but McShane lost it. Ward has it. Here's Maguire. Maguire's lost it. Bring it back for the first one. Tempers are beginning to get a little frayed.
Okay, Paul.
Things might be getting said out there.
Walk away.
What do they call it in Australia and around the world? Sledging. Plenty of that going on, I think.
Okay, Luke. Okay.
He hit the ball, he tried to hit the ball at some pace, didn't he, Danny Maguire? They go for the short little drop out. All of a sudden, the mistake from McShane.
He was offside a mile.
Maguire is looking to get through the line. Yeah, there's some sledging. Cass have had it all their own way all year. They've been the team that have not really been pressured in certain games. Scored some absolute scintillating tries. But today, it's all been about the Rhinos, their defence. The fans have turned up, and I say, again, I go back to it. Those fans can't believe what they're seeing, the transformation in 12 months.
Absolutely, it's been a remarkable turnaround. I'll tell you what, Adam Milner is quick, but he ain't that quick. He was about 4 metres offside, wasn't he, Stuart?
Well, he was in front of the line. Whether it was 4 metres would be another story.
There's still a long way to go in this game. It's 17-0 on the scoreboard. If Castleford don't get what they want from this game, what they'll have to learn is how to play in 3 different seasons. You start in the winter, then obviously we get into the summer and the crowd, the pitches firm up, the ball gets a bit stickier, but we finish in October.
Well done, Baz. That's you've shortened the year for us. We never got near spring, did we? But here we go. This is Jamie Jones Buchanan.
Held up, let go. Tackle 3. All right, tackle 3 on the 10, Jamie.
Somebody give Barry a diary for Christmas.
On the 10.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd have to like him to give him a present,
days of the week. They're only a guideline. Months and days of the week.
Forget the seasons. It's cold when we start, it's hot in the middle, and it's raining when we finish. Is that good enough for you?
I can't remember it ever being hot, but there you go. This is Watkins now. He gives it to Maguire. And Singleton. There's a job for you at the Met Office, Barry, if you're sick of this. Here is Singleton. Mind you, if you don't spend all your summer in this country, it does get quite warm, I suppose. Watkins. Back it comes to Burrow. Burrow slides the kick underneath the leg. Another knock on. Oh, could be a try for
This
Maguire.
is a try.
Could be a try for Maguire, this. Second try for Maguire. And good though Singleton has been, I bet if this is given, this is the man of the match we're watching.
This is a try, and this is the game for the Rhinos. I know there's over 10 minutes to go.
Time off was a last. Got a try.
Yes, they've got a try in the field.
Just checking onside and grounding, please.
Onside and grounding, Stuart, to conundrums again.
Yeah, been pretty similar throughout the game. Little kicks through.
How disciplined have the Leeds chase has been tonight?
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
through the legs, a nutmeg.
They're all onside. There's
Then
a knock on. Knock on by Castleford. Goes forward off Maguire's foot. What happens after that? Does he get his hands on the ball?
There's no problem with the grounding, Stuart.
There's the knock on.
Oh, it's
McMeekin, isn't it?
yeah.
It's kicked from Leeds. Maguire is the first. There's a little bit of nostalgia for you. Burrow kicks the ball, Maguire scores the try.
Well, it's Maguire that kicks the ball through, so he's following his own kick through, so there's no problem with him being offside. Does he ground the ball correctly? Yes, he does. This trial will be confirmed.
Big players step up in big games, don't they? And he's certainly stepped up today, Danny Maguire.
Maguire's been magnificent. Absolutely magnificent tonight in his farewell for the Rhinos. I don't know what deal he's got at Hulkingston Rovers, but whatever it is, even at 30, what is he, 34? Yes. The Robins have got a bargain.
Well, that try completes the circle of life that he's had at Leeds, doesn't it? If you remember before the game, Kevin Sinfield was talking about him being the best support player there's ever been in Super League. He's put himself into the right position so many times and done it again here. Difficult kick by Burrow that was hard for Castleford to deal with, and then he was the first to react, like any great poacher or scorer in any sport. First the ball, first to take that chance and convert it into points, and he's done that here now. That confirms the Leeds Rhinos as the champions for 2017. We all know in Rugby League the rules of the competition. You don't have to be the best team all season, but you have to be the best team tonight.
Yes, you have to peak at just the right time. And when they look back at this, Castleford will know that their mistakes have cost them dear. And Watkins adds the extras from bang in front. 23 points to nil, less than 10 minutes to go. To be fair, Castleford don't deserve to be on the back end of a scoreline like this. But Leeds have been magnificent.
Oh, they've took it to them, led by that man. And Danny Maguire, a lot years ago, people said he's just a poacher. I think over the years he's developed, and he's always been a great player. A player that'll back himself, a player that'll go at the line. He's got a lot of attributes in his game. He's brave, and he's got a very good kicking game. And as I said, Eddie, he's been a great leader over his time at this club.
Yes, he has, and well, I would put him, but what do I know? I would put him as short price now to be man of the match. He was man of the match here when they were last here, Leeds, in 2015, and he will join Rob Burrow, his old mate, and we've just seen the double act probably in action there for the last time for Leeds. He'll join Burrow and Sinfield as double winners at the Harry Sullivan Award.
He's nailed on for it.
Eddie, I'm not a betting man, but I wonder what odds Leeds were to win the grand final back in March when they lost 66 points to 10 to the Castleford Tigers. They sat in that dressing room. I don't think there was anybody in the country who then thought that night that Leeds would end up on the winners' podium here on the 7th of October in Manchester.
I can recall Brian McDermott in his post-match interview. He said, my job is to get these guys to the grand final, and when I get them to the grand final, my job is to give them enough information to win it. Well, he's done it, Brian McDermott.
Hasn't he just? He has done it in spades for the Rhinos. Well, that's a voluntary tackle.
Well, it was a similar situation. He gave himself up because he ran behind his own player.
And it's a good point you make, Eddie. It's a desperate shame for the Castleford Tigers not to go all the way, get to the final and do themselves justice, but they'll come back bigger and stronger, I'm sure.
Here's Michael Shenton. This now is Adam Milner. Well, that's been the story of the night. Roberts, he held on that time. Jamie Jones-Buchanan makes sure he's not going any further. Penalty at the play of the ball. I don't think the markers were standing square.
No, the play of the ball was too quick. You'd like to see Cass score a try, wouldn't you?
Is that the first error in defence from Marker tonight for Leeds? If it is, we've waited 72. No, nobody knows. I realise that.
Yes, it is, Eddie.
Well said, Terence. Back me up.
Go.
McShane to Moores. Millington, McShane. Here's Gale. Gale goes wide. Hitchcox flings the ball back in field. Eden has it. Eden has it. And Eden goes over for a try.
Good play.
Is this going to be given? Or are they going to have a look at this with a foot in touch? If he is given it, it equals the Castleford Tigers club record.
Possible obstruction.
Possible obstruction and a foot in touch. It's no big deal in the context of the grand final this year. It's massive for Greg Eden and his personal CV.
Well, there's certainly a question mark here. When he got rid of the ball, did he manage to keep in the field of play? Oh, it's very close. It's there. The problem for the touchers here is trying to look at 2 points at the same time, because there's a big distance, and I think his foot's on the line just before he lets go of the ball. I think his heel just touches down. But it's virtually an impossible decision for a toucher's life. He's in a great position, Chris Kendall, but I think his foot's just on the line before he lets go of the ball.
Well, that's what the video ref is looking at here. It's a big moment for Greg Eden. Not, as I say, in the terms of this match, but he needs just one try to equal Castleford's club record of 42, set by the now absent Denny Solomona last year.
This is nice pressure, isn't it? From Briscoe and Maguire.
This is millisecond stuff.
It is, but you can see there he's still in contact with the ball and his heel's on the line.
Oh, and he's going to be denied as Greg Eden. No try. Well, it is not Castleford's night. I think that's the understatement of 2017, by the way.
When you look back at this game and you look at what Leeds have done in defence, yeah, the game's well and truly gone, but with 7 minutes to go, still have the urgency and desire to not let the opposition score and keep them at 0. That will be the big goal now for the Rhinos.
There isn't many times in a big game, Eddie, where you can relax, you can take a big deep breath. I watched Danny Maguire pick that ball up and put it into the scrum. 23 points in front, they know the game is won. With 5 and a bit minutes left, this will be an enjoyable phase of this game for the Rhinos players. Stand up, do your job, do your business, but do it with a smile on your face. We've won the grand final.
I know it's been a difficult trip across from Yorkshire today on the motorway, and there is not many Leeds Rhinos fans departing the scene, and there are few leaving from the Castleford end. But I hope that they stay and they cheer this team to the rafters at the end. Both sides deserve great credit for this tonight. Leeds particularly, Castleford obviously for the season that they've had. finished 10 points, record 10 points clear of the field after 30 rounds, won a breathtaking semi-final, and all right, they've come up short here at Old Trafford tonight, but what a year it's been to be a Tigers fan. And there are the two men, Maguire and Burrow, who have been the heartbeat of this team in the golden decade for so long, and the emotion has taken Leeds home again. 5 minutes, he said, 5 minutes to go.
Danny Maguire, it's all been about him, hasn't it? His kicking game, coming up with the tackle like that, the one-pointer just before half-time. Again, just looking at this, picking up the ball, scoring a couple of tries. He's been absolutely all over the place, and I'll be proud of his efforts.
We expect him to score tries, we expect him to stand up at the right minute and drop that goal, but the tackle for me on Greg Eden was huge, huge for the Rhinos in the complex of this game.
No team has ever been nilled in a grand final. Castleford Tigers in 2017 don't deserve to make that sort of history.
No, exactly. When you look at them, Eddie, here's another mistake that they've made. Grant Millington trying to offload the ball, trying to get rid of it to one of his teammates. Obviously the game's well and truly gone for them, but scored more points than any other team in Super League, and the way that they've entertained us in front of the Sky cameras this year, they've been absolutely brilliant.
They have, but tonight it's been Leeds night all the way. All the way, Leeds have been brilliant. They know how to get this job done. And I don't know what it is, but if he could bottle it, Brian McDermott would be a millionaire. Burrow gets the ball away to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson finds Stevie Ward. How about that for a story too? Dislocated shoulder just last Friday night. Here he is, playing a full part in this victory in the grand final. Danny Maguire's going for another one-pointer, just to rub salt in that wound, and surely to make sure that he is the winner of the Harry Sunderland Award as man of the match.
That's it. That's the moment. He has confirmed his place in history. Danny Maguire has controlled this game from start to finish. The big forwards have done the work. Brian McDermott gave his team a plan, a game plan, and they've executed it perfectly. They've strangled Castleford Tigers out of this match.
He needs a big pat on the back, Brian McDermott, doesn't he? What he says to those players, they look at him, they respect him, and they carry out the game plan.
And of course, he is the first coach to win the Super League Grand Final 4 times. 4 times for Brian McDermott.
Fabulous, isn't it? Went away, learned his trade down at London, got the big job at Leeds Rhinos. Always a difficult job for him, being an ex-Bradford player, but he's won the Rhinos fans over.
Well, he still gets stick from them when things are going badly, but
well, he won't be getting it tonight, Eddie. He will not be getting it tonight.
Get the freedom of the city. Matt Parcell, 2.5 minutes to go, still not tackled. Now he is. Plays it just inside his own half to Burrow. There's Cuthbertson. Here's Maguire, tormenting the Tigers. Watkins. Watkins gets to his feet. It's the last tackle for Leeds. Burrow will drill the ball along the line. Look where they're turning it over here. Minikin. The chase is as good in the first minute as he is now.
We say, Eddie, what makes good sides? And obviously the next generation of players will be coming through. And the platform's there. It's been led by the likes of Jamie Jones, Buchanan, and the both players who are leaving tonight. But there's 10 players that have come through the system playing for the Rhinos. They've all been given the opportunity. They've all been in the dressing room, surrounded by good pros, and that's why they've been given the opportunity.
We'll never know exactly, Eddie, but you've got to imagine when the Tigers lost their best player this week, it had to have an impact on them, mentally and physically. Here's the long ball out here. They've not given it up. They want to score before the final hooter sounds.
They have.
But the loss of Zach Hardacre, their best player this season, must have had an impact on them mentally as well as physically this week.
Foster gets the ball out to Hitchcocks. Look at Leeds, the way they are swarming round.
Incredible.
They are swarming round, but Foster might get the try here that stops Castleford. He has got the try. It prevents Castleford from making unwanted history. They've got on the scoreboard. and that's important for them. They didn't deserve to be the only team ever to come here to Old Trafford and go home without troubling the scorer, and they have managed to get over the line for this consolation effort from an ex-Leeds man.
Well, well done, Alex Foster. Started his career at the Rhinos, still looking to play, knowing that they're running out of time, offloading the ball. The game's well and truly gone, obviously. Alex Foster, he retreats back behind the ball, backs himself, offloads the ball. Look at that, he's on the floor, jumps back up, puts himself in a position and comes up with the try.
And Luke Gale here trying to add the extras. This will be the last kick of the match, and he's added the extras too. Castleford 6, Leeds 24. A degree of respectability. What a match he has had, Adam Cuthbertson. Battered knee and now a battered head as well. But Leeds have won the day. 24 points to 6. And the try scorers, Briscoe with 2, Maguire with 2. A great win for the Leeds Rhinos. 24 points to 6. A bridge too far for Castleford, who have given us so many memories this year. But tonight, second best.
They've entertained us, and both coaches coming together, shaking hands. That's the respect that they've got for each other. They played on the big stage. Danny Maguire was absolutely outstanding. But for Danny Maguire to be very good, other players around him had to perform. They had to do the little things well. And they absolutely, from minute 1 to minute 80, they took the game to Castleford.
Well, just look at this. That is what Super League of coaching level is all about. A word in the ear from Brian McDermott to his opposite number, Darryl Powell, and how's that as well? Darryl Powell, one of the first to say congratulations to Danny and Rob. End of an era, but that man, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, will carry it forward, perhaps.
He's got to do it all on his own next year.
He has. Danny Maguire is, needless to say, the winner of the Harry Sunderland Trophy as man of the match in the grand final, and he's talking here with Bill.
He's got some celebrating to do. Danny, you've got some celebrating to do. You've also got the Harry Sunderland Trophy for the second time in your career. 8 grand finals, another winner's ring, dominated tonight's proceedings on your farewell appearance.
Yeah.
Who writes your scripts?
I don't know. Yeah, Warren, got to give credit to the boys. That was an unbelievable effort. Cass are a really good team. They've had a fantastic year. Got some friends in there, so obviously disappointed for them, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm over the moon. The lads need the credit. We come from a dark place last year. The commitment, the effort has been second to none, and I can't thank the boys enough. It's an unbelievable way to go out.
Conditions were horrible. You played them a lot better.
Yeah, we just looked after the ball and tried to kick it deep. We know Cass are a dangerous side when they've got the ball in good areas, so you've got to play them down their end. And I thought for the majority of the game, our kicking game was good. We put them under pressure, so the boys are buzzing. The work ethic tonight, sensational. I don't think you'll ever see a better work ethic from a team.
What a way to bow out as well. It's going to be hard to say goodbye, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm going to enjoy these next few days now, but I've had a great journey. 20 odd years at the club. It's like my family. I love it to bits. I love all the boys and everybody involved. So yeah, I'll enjoy these next few days, and thanks for everybody's support.
You've got a winner's ring to collect. You've also got this, another silver salver. You've also got £1,000. £1,000 for the Betfred Man of the Match for a charity of your choice.
Yeah, thanks very much to Betfred. But again, I couldn't have done it without the boys. They were brilliant today. So full credit to them.
Danny, well done. What charity?
To the Leeds Men Cap.
Leeds Men Cap benefits from that. Rob Burrow. What a way to say goodbye with another grand final win.
Yeah, I'm a very lucky man, been involved with a special group of men over 17 or whatever years. So I'm really lucky guy. I've loved every minute of my career, and tonight's a fairy tale ending for me.
You were up against a a very dangerous side, as Leeds know to their cost from this season. So to do that to them is a pretty ruthless performance.
Yeah, it is. We've had a knack of sort of turning up. Certainly in this stadium, we've been good here, and we had to find a performance we haven't found this year, and we managed to do that against Cass. Cass have been absolutely fantastic this year, and I'm sure they'll go on to do great things.
And hanging your boots up now, are you looking forward to that?
I am, yeah. Still involved with the lads, so it won't be that hard leaving because I'll be around them every day. But I've loved every minute. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter of my life. But I'm really, really chuffed to bits.
Thanks, Rob. Enjoy retirement.
Cheers.
Carl Ablett, come and have a quick word. You've experienced grand finals galore. Do you think that played a part tonight? Because conditions weren't easy.
Maybe a little, yeah. We've got a lot of experience obviously our side. I thought Danny Maguire marshalled us really well, kicked really well, and come up with 2 magical tries. So it probably suits us a little bit. Just to keep Castleford to nils, a massive effort from the boys. The commitment and the desire to defend the try line was massive, and defence does win your grand finals, and I think we showed there that we're committed to each other, and if you have that commitment and that desire, you can go a long way to win a trophy.
It's the changing of the guard, isn't it? Danny on his way, Rob on the way. You're one of the old guard now. How's it feel?
Old, yeah. Obviously, I'm delighted for Rob and Danny, two legends of a blokes. Great to play with, but just the way they are off the field, the way they carry themselves, the way they turn up for training every day, they're going to be missed. But as you said, the time's up, and a new generation of Jack Walker and Ashton Goldings, Jordan Lillards, them types have got to step up now. So the conveyor belt's just got to keep turning over.
Thanks, Carl. Enjoy the party.
Cheers, mate.
Brian McDermott. Sorry, Tom.
I'll just go in there.
Go and celebrate. Brian, you really have been through the mill this season. When you think back to March and Leeds are under a bit of pressure then, back to last year, you were in the qualifiers last autumn.
Yes.
Here you are at Old Trafford again, about to lift the trophy.
Yes. That's the chapter, that's the final chapter of the book. For us to make the grand final was a great story, and we've just capped off the final chapter. Moments in life, this. I've been saying to my players all week, you don't get many opportunities to have some moments in life which stand out, where every man jacking his dog up the country would think, they can't go win the grand final, can they? Not from where they were, and we've just done it. That group of people there have gone through every emotion going for the last 18 months, the whole club. This is not just the coaches win or the players win. Everybody at Leeds Rhinos, including the fans, everybody who stuck with us when the dark times are really, really, really dark. This is theirs. This is everybody's. It's not just one man's or one team's. The whole club deserves this.
And it has at times been a test of character, yours included.
Do you know, our most testing, toughest year in 2016, we had the best supported club in Super League. We had the highest crowd, the biggest crowd going. So, in terms of the noise that they make, and every now and again some of them may boo me, but I just think that's for entertainment. And but they've been brilliant. The fans have been brilliant. The owners of the club have been brilliant. When everybody were calling for me to be sacked, I were having meeting with the owners saying, no, we're all right. We know what the score is. We know how it's going to work. And here's a plan going forward. I've had that many honest chats with my players and said, I don't know where we go from here, but we have to find some answers. Never did I dream in my wildest dreams that we'd get to Old Trafford, never mind win it. And now look at us. It's the best win ever, this one.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Cheers.
And Darryl Powell, for a side, Darryl, that has given so much to Super League this season, so many incredible performances, eye-catching performances, and tonight wasn't one of them.
Oh no, we saved our very worst till the last. Obviously it was tough conditions, but we just made too many errors, and credit to Leeds, they obviously deserved to win, and we just made unforced errors, really, just straight carries off the ruck, dropping the ball. So look, usually disappointing. And you have to wait a long time now before you can straighten this up, but it is what it is. We've come to a big occasion, and we've made 18 errors I think we made, and then you can't win a grand final playing like that.
A disappointing end to, nevertheless, what has been a great season for the Castleford club.
Oh, massive, yeah. We've you know, we've progressed so much this year. We've finished top of the table, and we've got to a grand final. We've come up short, well short to be honest, but well, I won't take it away from Leeds. They deserve the victory, but for us is, you know, sometimes you lose one, you've got to win the next one, and you know, we've got to use it as fuel for us to move forward. The problem is you've got all pre-season to go through, and this will hurt, absolutely. You know, it'll hurt quite a lot because of the nature of it and the fact that we didn't do ourselves justice at all. But you get to these games, and if you don't get it right, you get your backside spanked, and that certainly happened to us tonight.
Thanks, Darryl.
Thank you.
You have to feel sorry for Darryl Powell. It has been a wonderful season, but you have to applaud Brian McDermott and his players. And wasn't that a speech and a half and an interview and a half with Brian McDermott, the Leeds coach? Up come the Tigers to receive their runners-up medals from Nigel Wood and Brian Barwick of the Rugby Football League, and Mr. Fred Doan, the chief executive, the chairman, the founder. I think he does everything at the sponsors company. Fred Doan, it has been a magnificent year for him, and he told me before the match, bigger and better next year. Leeds have won it again, Terry. We're pinching ourselves. We can't believe it, but what an effort.
Unbelievable. You listen to the speech from the coach, Brian McDermott, that's what the players believe in. When he talks, you listen. True gentleman of the sport. Castleford, as I said in commentary, they've entertained us all year. They've been the standout team in the 30 games. But when it come down to it, and it was on the line, the Leeds Rhinos side stood up, led by Danny Maguire, who was magnificent. And what a way to go out. Your final game in a Leeds Rhinos jersey.
Well, don't worry, there hasn't been a power cut at Old Trafford. This is a dramatic scene as the game presents the biggest prize to a club that has just competed and completed its 10th grand final. This is its 8th win.
Eddie, moments like this is why you play rugby league. There'll be lads watching the game at home, be inspired by some of these players, whether it be a Castleford player or a Leeds Rhinos player, and say, look, I want to be there in the future. This is what dreams are made of. You look at the players who carry themselves so well. They win like gentlemen and they lose like gentlemen. They go up to each other, they say, well done, we'll see you next year. All the hard work that you do, going back to last November, to get yourself in a position here, when everyone wrote the Rhinos off last year, they come back and answered the critics. Absolute special team and a special club.
More history for the Leeds Rhinos tonight, and their fullback, the 18-year-old, the teenager Jack Walker. He becomes the youngest ever winner of the Super League for the Rhinos. A 3-year deal he has signed this year after much deliberation. Ash Golding has the #1 jersey this year, but Jack Walker, he believes that it is his right to play fullback for Leeds. And tonight, not many could disagree with him.
He wasn't fazed by it, wasn't he? The conditions that get to him.
Not at all. And the coach, Brian McDermott, and a huge cheer for him. I think he's won a lot of Leeds doubters, and where they are, I've no idea but what he's done. But Brian McDermott has won them all over tonight.
This is a special moment.
And here's the moment. Rob Burrow and Danny Maguire fittingly will take the trophy from the presentation party. The two old stagers. Away they go with the Betfred Super League trophy. They'll get into the floodlights, into the spotlight, and they will lift the trophy because the Rhinos are the Super League champions again in 2017.
True warriors, Eddie, and let's not forget the part played by James Child. I thought he was very good. It was an open, fast-flowing game. The Rhinos are celebrating now. They did everything well for 80 minutes, forced Castleford admitting to making a lot of mistakes. The way that they played, their attitude, the desire, the determination, right the way up till the final minute was incredible.
Well, they deserve a swig out of those champagne bottles, because this has been the incredible rugby league journey. Qualifiers last year, Gary Hetherington issued everybody at the club with the ultimatum: get it right before the end of March, after Leeds were taken to the cleaners at the home of the Castleford Tigers, 66 points to 10. Boy, have they turned it round. Second in the table, 1 point fewer than their 2015 treble-winning year. And then they have come here for the big night, have produced the big game, and it was a one-horse race. It really was. Castleford, they simply didn't turn up, which is a tragedy for them. But for the Leeds Rhinos, yet another victory. And they never seem to tire of lifting that trophy, drinking that champagne, and enjoying this moment.
Stevie, amongst all the emotion, take me through the last 7 days.
Where do I start? I obviously dislocated my shoulder, semi-final, 10 minutes from end, and straight to A&E. Couldn't get my shoulder back in. There were some dark times, mate. About 3 a.m. and I was looking forward to the morning. 10 a.m. I had to get it put back in those hours where I couldn't get it back in and the morphine wasn't touching it. I went to a dark place, mate. I was thinking maybe I have to move on from this rugby league malarkey.
It hurts, Stevie, but it's nights like this, and the reward on nights like this make it all worthwhile. At what point in the week did you think there was a possibility and a chance that you might get to taste Old Trafford?
Sunday night, I said to myself, right, I'm playing. I said, I've got to play. I can't miss this one. I seen the specialist on Monday, and he said, you know, there's damage there, and you've done your shoulder, but the movement, the structural movement is your sound. He said, give it a crack. Len Funk over in Manchester. Sunday I made the choice. I thought, I'm playing. Build up to this week. You know, Thursday I hit a pad. I thought, I'm playing. I'm doing it. And for moments like this is why you do it. And you can go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum in rugby league. And the stuff I've done with mentality, the stuff that I've done on and off the field, you know, it's helped me, it's built me up. And
it's been a fantastic night for you personally and from the team. Thanks very much, Stevie. Enjoy your night.